Hey everybody, welcome back to Trio Planet, the channel we talk all things media. And do you like The Last of Us? Well, we do.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Jordan. Give him a second, he'll reboot in a second.
Moving on. Yeah, do you like The Last of Us? Well, we do too. So we are going to, be reviewing episode 2. This episode was only like 50-something minutes. I don't know if... Oh, let me have a look. We'll get into it. And title card. We'll get into it, and yeah, we'll just we'll do a little brief breakdown of the episode and all that, and then obviously we haven't actually recorded this the day we watched it because Will needed time to think, and so did I, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. We'll do that, and I'm just gonna search something really quick. So yeah, Will, take it away.
So, this was episode 2, titled Infected. This is sort of, if we think of it in game terms, this is sort of your 3rd to 4th hour in the game. In the episode, we get to see a flashback to before the actual virus took place, where in Indonesia, a professor in a field of science has been brought in by the Indonesian military to examine the corpse of one of the first infected in that country. She figures out that it's cordyceps, and that she's terrified, and she tells the military to bomb everything. Bitch is crazy. She knows it's not going to stop the spread of the virus, but it will slow it down enough for some people to survive. In the end, obviously we know that the military in all countries ended up bombing the area, and we cut forward to Joel, Tess, and Ellie, and Joel wants to shoot Ellie because she's infected. Ellie needs to use the bathroom. Ellie goes. Joel and Tess have a little chat. Joel wants to shoot her with the AR that he definitely should not have. They leave. Ellie isn't shot. Great. They need to get to what I'm just going to call the Capitol building, but it has got a different name, I'm sure. So they need to get there, and they can either take the long way or the short way. Now, the short way, real dangerous. You need to go through a dark museum. The long way, also real dangerous now, because there's a load of infected in the street. So, they need to take the short way. They go to the museum. Ellie finds a dead guy. Dead guy, not looking so good. They go upstairs. They have to bypass the tendrils, which we now know act as sort of a detection system for the infected. Unlike the spores, which added the tension in the game, tendrils do that in the show. The change from spores to tendrils, pretty cool, pretty good. I did enjoy it quite a bit. Then, the best part of the episode, in my opinion, the clickers are introduced in the show, and what an adaptation. Perfect movement, perfect noise, perfect setting. Was a terrifying, 5 minutes to 10 minutes of the show. They eventually survive the clickers and kill them. Apparently, in this universe, they don't know that they can just put 2 bullets in the clicker's head and they'll die. Or they could use a glass bottle to distract them so they could sneak out. They get to the building. All the fireflies are dead because some of them were infected, so the non-infected killed the infected, but the infected infected the non-infected. It's really confusing. One of the guys is still alive and starts crawling towards Ellie. Joel walks up and puts a bullet in that guy's head, and that alerts all the infected that we saw in the long way. And so a horde of infected, the size of which we never really saw until the second game. Tess sacrifices herself because she's been bitten, she's infected. She has a little make-out session with one of the infected. Was a little bit strange. She blows up the building. Joel and Ellie escape, and Joel and Ellie are now on their way to find Bill, who is going to be played by the actor who portrayed Ron something in Parks and Recreation. So I'm looking forward to that. That's your synopsis of the episode titled "Infected." Jordan, what did you think?
First off, I found out the thing I wanted to mention. So basically, the other day there was a report coming out on the length of episodes. Obviously, these are not confirmed. These are some people have been doing reports on what they are. Obviously, the show ends on March 12th. So episode length for episode 3 might be 80 minutes.
That's episode pretty 3. Good length. It's similar length to episode 1.
Episode 4 might be 50 minutes. Episode 5, 59 minutes. Episode 6, 59 minutes. Episode 7, 59 minutes. 56 minutes. Episode 8, 51 minutes. And with the shortest length, episode 9, 43 minutes.
Very interesting.
Those are what that website says are the lengths. Speaking of what I thought, yeah, I thought it was really fucking well done. I think that episode was definitely a bit more intense. The beginning with the woman, I feel like we are going to be getting a lot of flashbacks to when the thing started. We're definitely going to get a lot more of those to when this whole thing began. There's also, I like the whole, I know that they changed the, what was it now? They changed
a few things.
Yeah. The ending wasn't supposed to be the creatures. It was supposed to be it was supposed to be that, what's that military called?
Fedra.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Fedra, but they changed it. Obviously, I feel like it's because, is it like kind of a thing of, because I feel like Fedra's not being a big thing yet.
It was one of the things. It was like the main reason I wanted to wait to record this one is because I wanted to see how people reacted to that change in particular.
Yeah.
And a lot of game purists, which I'd like to consider myself a game purist. I like the games a lot. I'd like it to be somewhat similar. But a lot of the game purists were like shitting on the episode because it wasn't Fedra that attacked them, or the spores aren't there. And I just have to think, I don't agree. I feel like it makes more sense for the infected to be the reason why Tess has to sacrifice herself than Fedra.
Yeah, because she's infected herself, so it kind of makes sense. And in this, they do show us what it meant by the tendrils being the reason why they get infected, and I thought it looked really cool. The clickers were fucking terrifying.
Do you enjoy was that your first interaction with them?
Yeah, seeing those, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, this show definitely makes me want to play the games. We probably will, actually, to be honest with you.
Definitely should.
I'm definitely going to. I might even stream them.
If you wait until March, it'll come out on PC, Part 1. You'll be able to play Last of Us Part 1 on PC.
Yeah, I might. I think I've got it on play at PS anyway, but...
It's a very good game.
Yeah, so I feel like this is gonna be a really good show. Like, to be honest, a lot of the changes don't really bother me.
The only change that bothers me so far is the fact that Joel has better equipment, right?
Yeah, every time we watch it, it
doesn't feel like a survival show. It doesn't feel like they're struggling through the first, survival element while gathering gear. I feel like they killed the Fedra guy in the first episode, and now Joel has got literally probably the best weapon he could have. It has a flashlight on it. It's fully automatic, semi-automatic. The only thing that could bother me further is if that doesn't get discarded by running out of ammo.
Well, we thought that's what was going to happen because he did end up dropping it. And I thought, right, so is this how he's just going to lose it and he's not going to have it for a while? Because then he uses his revolver after that. But then no, he picks it up later.
The revolver's also pretty annoying. Like, it's the worst weapon for the situations he's getting into.
Yeah, the revolver's definitely fucking horrible. Like, it's really awkward to reload.
And not just that, but it makes a lot of noise while reloading.
Yeah, because you've got to take the thing out, got to pop it out. You've got to then fucking get rid of the bullets that's left the thing in there.
They're all clinging together.
Yeah, and then fucking putting it in one by one, and then put it back in. Yeah.
And by that time, you get the
Westerns make it look cool, but in a non-Western situation, it is not cool.
It's stupid in a non-Western situation. Because in a Western, everyone's got the revolver.
Yeah, everybody's got revolvers in a Western. So everybody's got the same problem.
In this situation, the clickers have got claws that can like tear people to shreds.
Exactly, and people with guns that all they have to do is take a magazine out and put a magazine in. But yeah, I think this is gonna definitely. I feel like there is now that now it's just Joel and Eddie. Joel and Eddie. Joel and Ellie. Ellie, I mean. I think it's gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be a really cool dynamic to see between them two now.
It was in the games. It was a thing where after Tess dies in the games, they've got to spend a lot of time together. So eventually they warm up to each other, and they start to actually care for one another. But Joel has to get through all of his issues after Sarah's death still, even though it's 20 years later. To him, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it does. Like, Ellie, it's cool to see Ellie, like, react to her surroundings, like, because she goes into this hotel and obviously Joel's like, oh, how do you know what this is and all that? And she's like, I read. Like, because obviously Ellie was born into
got the best one-liners.
Yeah, Ellie was obviously born into this world, and now she's seeing outside the world and looking, like, she's seeing buildings, and she can only really imagine what they used to look like. And even Joel and what's her name? Tess. Joel and Tess even talk about that they couldn't afford to stay at a place like that back then in their time and that. And it's cool to see their dynamic and what they do and stuff. And it's cool to see how well the show is doing its characters. And I think it's cool to see a lot of people making comparison videos where they have the video game over the show, and it's cool to see how the game does it versus what the show is doing.
Yeah, it's a show on the level of, like, I can see the actors getting nominated for awards already. It's like the same experience I had with House of the Dragon, with what's another good show from last year? I don't think there was that many, was there?
We didn't really have that many shows last year, really. All of them ended pretty quickly.
It was the same thing with House of the Dragon. Yeah. We'll just leave it there. We watched House of the Dragon. Watching the actors, we were like, yeah, these are Emmy-worthy performances. I think Pedro Pascal has got a solid chance of getting an award for playing Joel Miller. I think Bella Ramsey has got a decent chance of getting Best Supporting Actor for her role as Ellie. I think, the design of the show.
I think even the girl who plays Joel's daughter in the beginning has a good chance. Even though she's barely in it. I think that actress did really well, and I did see someone on the show say that even though you're with her for this long, we wanted you to like her. And I think even though we were with her for so little, I could tell that she was a good kid, and that she definitely was a character I liked, and it did get a bit gut wrenching seeing her death.
Well, the show and the game is playing with perspective. So, like the first episode, for like the first half an hour, you're seeing it from Sarah's perspective, and then when Sarah dies, it's that big shock of, I thought she was the main character.
Yeah, a lot of
In the
stuff
game,
always do that. A lot of
in the game,
it's cool when
you
it's cool when games and stuff like that show you someone in the beginning and you think, oh, this is gonna be the main character, and then boom, nope, they die.
like you start out as Sarah in the game, you play her for like a solid 30 minutes, and then she just dies. She's just gone.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's always
then you're
really
Joel.
well done.
But you can't complain when Troy Baker's voicing Joel.
Troy Baker's an amazing voice actor.
But what would you rate this on your star system of 1 to 10?
1 to 10, I would have to give this episode a. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter, and a lot of people. This person tweeted about it, and then everybody said theirs underneath, and so did he underneath his tweet, and gave it a 9 out of 10. I would have to give it possibly. I'm gonna go with same as them, 9 out of 10.
I think that is a fair rating for people that haven't seen the show, who haven't played the game, should I say? The like consensus on IMDb is like 9.4. That's like what like most people are hovering around. I think I have to go with like an 8.8.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there are some things in it that are like leaning towards this could have like massive implications to like, you know, big fan. And I feel like I'm rating it lower, not because the episode was worse than the first one, or that the episode was bad. I feel like the game purist in me is seeing these little things and is like, yeah, but it could have been done a little bit better because we've seen it done a little bit better, but that is bias. So I think a fair 8.8 is probably where I'm going to go, in between an 8 and a 9.
Yeah. I get you. I'm one of those people like who's like, yeah, I hated the Assassin's Creed movie for a lot of fucking reasons, very good reasons. But yeah, I'm a game purist, but I'm only one when it comes to games that I personally have enjoyed since day one. And Assassin's Creed is one of them. But yeah, I'll have to play Last of Us just to see for myself. But
I would recommend playing it after the show's finished.
Yeah, I might do.
Just so you don't put those rose tinted goggles on like I have.
Yeah, I might do that. So yeah, anything else? Any last remarks?
The only last remark I can possibly make is the show is that good. My mum, who doesn't like zombie movies or TV shows, is watching The Last of Us week by week.
But it's that good.
So even someone who doesn't actually enjoy the genre is sat enjoying the show week after week.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show how good it actually is.
Pedro Pascal, man, he's
a phenomenal actor.
Phenomenal. He's the man of TV.
Yeah.
He's in The Mandalorian. He's in Last of Us. He's the man of TV. He has dominated the TV space. But I can't wait to see what he does next. He's definitely doing well for himself. At the moment, he's definitely doing very well for himself. He went from he's in 2 shows this year, and it's gonna be cool to see let this show end and then see him in Mandalorian and be like, this is the same fucking guy. Like, it shows how good of an actor he is when he can act in a helmet for an entire series.
Oh, my microphone died.
Okay.
Alright. It's working again.
So yeah, it's cool to see him in an entire series.
Yeah, it is cool to see. Like, I do think he deserves a lot of praise for what he's been in.
Yeah.
And I do think if he continues down the path he's going on with like excellent performances, I do think we could see him get shots in like big like movie roles as well. So yeah. I don't really have anything else that I can say on episode 2. I'm excited for next week. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next episode. I can't wait. But yeah, guys, hope you all did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Go to our link down below to all of our social media and all that. Hope everybody did enjoy. Follow us on all that good stuff. Hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. And yeah, I have been one of your hosts, Slasher.
I've been your other host, Azteral.
And we will see you all next time. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
We get 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them. It's over, Anakin!